Thank you very much for joining me, everyone. My guest today is somebody who played for Surrey, for England, a renowned all-rounder. He played 35 ODIs. He played 4 tests for England. Very successful captain for Surrey. He also captained England in 14 ODIs, and he's coached the likes of Afghanistan and the England Lions. And recently, he's been appointed as the Pakistan batting coach. Very warm welcome to Adam Hollioake.
Hey guys, how are you?
Yeah, all good, Adam. So tell us about the Pakistan batting coach role. That came completely out of the blue. How did that happen?
Well, yeah, it did come out of the blue, mate. You're right. Basically, they've had a few changes in their coaches, and they're looking at a fresh start. And they were looking for a coach who wasn't already tied to a side. I work with Queensland, but I'm not tied to an international side. And a coach with experience in Australian conditions. So I coached the Queensland batsmen up here. So they asked me. We had a little bit of a small interview process, and because it was so close to the tour, they had to. They chose to go ahead with it. So yeah, it happened rather quickly. So I'm honoured to be part of it all.
Is this a job just for the Australian tests then, Adam, or have they got one eye on the future after this series?
At the moment, it's just for the Australian tour. We haven't really discussed that. I actually wasn't even aware that they were going straight on to New Zealand after this. So I wasn't aware of that the other day. So at the moment, the contract's just for the Australian tour.
Many people will feel that you must be mad wanting a coaching role in Pakistan cricket, given the volatility and the uncertainty. What do you say to those guys?
Well, I think I've proven over the years that I am mad, so I don't think they're telling me anything I don't know. But I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm aware that there's volatility in the Pakistan changing room, and in the boards all the way through up to the Prime Minister. So it's a volatile environment, but I've always enjoyed challenges. I've always enjoyed having a go, and I'm not scared of losing, as in sense of losing my job. I'm not worried about that. I've got a good life out here on the Gold Coast. So I don't have any fear of losing my job. It's if that happens, I'll just go back to doing what I was doing before. And as you can probably see, I'm sure you can see on video here, it's a beautiful day out here, so I'll be okay. So I'll take the job. I'll do my best, and we'll just see what happens.
Yeah, it's about -3 where I am, Adam. I'm not jealous of those weather conditions at all.
That's good, mate. I'm trying to make you jealous. I'm trying my hardest.
Adam, looking at Pakistan's record in Australia, I've got it written down here. The last won a test match in 1995. They've lost their last 14 tests on the bounce in Australia. Can you make a difference? And obviously, given that record there, how difficult is it going to be for Pakistan?
Well, I mean, firstly, Australia is probably the hardest place in the world to come and tour for countries from the subcontinent. So forget Pakistan. There's a lot of sides that have got very similar records coming out here. It's a unforgiving environment. It's very fast, bouncy wickets, which is a complete contrast to the subcontinent. And Australia struggle when they go to the subcontinent as well. So I'd say that's part of the reason why they haven't had the success. But that just makes the challenge even better, doesn't it? Because look, they haven't won a test match in all that while. If we win one, we've done well. So it's a fun challenge. It's a tough challenge. Australia not only is a tough place to tour, but Australia's the #1 test side in the world at the moment. So they've got that up against them as well. So new board, new coaches, #1 side in the world, one of the hardest places in the world to tour. It's a tough assignment, but You know, I don't know all of the guys in this group. I'll get to know them in the coming days, but I think they're up for it. You know, the guys I do know are up for it, and they're up for a challenge. And you know, to quote a famous Pakistani, they're going to fight like corner tigers.
Then what do you feel you can bring to this group of Pakistani battlers? As you say, conditions are tough. The opposition's the best or one of the best in the world. What can you give them? Because obviously you've got experience of Australian conditions, which you mentioned earlier on. You've got a lot of experience having played all around the world. That's going to be absolutely vital, isn't it?
Yeah, it is coming out here. One thing I do know is that you have to respect the conditions. There's a famous saying which is, "When in Rome, do as the Romans do." So you know, we have to try and learn very quickly, or adapt rather than learn, adapt our game to suit the Australian conditions, because the way the Australians play is the way that suits conditions. You wouldn't, you know, when the Australians go to the subcontinent, they have to adapt their game to try and adapt to those conditions. So it'll come down to adapting. I'm not going to walk into the changing room and change, you know, all of the players' techniques. They're all good players already. We just need to come up with a way of playing and a process, and look forward to the challenge of executing that process as well as possible. So it's a good, fun challenge. You know, like no one expects us to win. No one expects us to win, and it's a good challenge. But it's an enjoyable challenge because, you know, they've got nothing to lose because no one expects them to win anyway. So I think it's a fantastic assignment.
And obviously you'll be familiar with some of the Pakistan batters, you know, the more well-known guys like Mohammad, Rizwan, Babar, Azam, etc. What do you make of some of those guys? I mean, let's start with Babar Azam first, who's one of the world's best batters. You must be looking forward to working with him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fortunate over the years. I've worked with some, you know, wonderful players. I work daily with Marnus Labuschagne. In England, I work with Joe Root and a lot of those good English players. So for me, it's great to get the opportunity to work with these amazing players. They're all got their own skills, their own idiosyncrasies, but you know, the one thing that I do see which is similar, they always have a fierce hunger, competitive streak, and attention to detail with their technique. So I haven't met those guys yet, but I'm sure they'll have those attributes. And the technical side of things, they won't need much done there. We'll just adjust their thinking to try and suit the Australian conditions.
It's an interesting point you make there, Adam, because these are international cricketers. Many of them have been playing international cricket for years. And to actually get them to make those little tweaks and changes, I guess, you know, that's what the best coaches do. Somebody like yourself will obviously share your experience with these guys.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the best players can do it themselves, you know, as in, well, they obviously have someone advising them on what changes to make. But the best players, they can switch from T20 to one-day cricket to Test cricket. So they're changes that happen anyway. So the changes to pitches and to where you're going to score your runs, you're going to score your runs down the ground or square of the wicket, or where are we looking to hit the bowls, where are we trying to prevent the bowls getting us out. Things like that will become more important for an experienced batting line. If I was coaching the Pakistan under-19 side, it would be a very different assignment. I'd be trying to teach them, you know, looking at their back lift and their bat plane and trying to, you know, their body shapes. But we're not. We're working with some of the best players in the world. So it's a case of fine-tuning and working out where they're going to score their runs and how they're going to play certain bowlers.
I guess the mental side of the game is crucial at this level as well, Adam.
It is crucial. Absolutely crucial, yeah. So I think maybe that's one of the other reasons I've been asked to be involved. I'm studying a diploma in sports psychology, so I'll be bringing some of that to the changing room as well. So I'm really looking forward to this assignment. It's a fun assignment because you've got such good talent to work with. It wouldn't be a fun assignment if we're coming to play the best side in the world and we didn't have any decent, talented players. But the players are so talented that it makes the assignment so fun.
And finally, what are your expectations of this Pakistan side? in Australia, Adam. As I say, the record's not great. You've played alongside a lot of Pakistani cricketers over the past. You're good friends with many guys. You know that Pakistani mindset. What are your expectations of this group?
Yeah, I've been fortunate. I've been, I've got a lot of friends in the world, but in my top 10 friends, 4 of them are my best friends are Pakistanis. And 2 of those are outstanding cricketers in Saqlain Mushtaq and Azam Mahmood, who are players who I've played for 10 years with and I've known for 20 or 30 years. So I understand the Pakistani culture and I understand the Pakistani people. They're fighters, you know what I mean? They're competitors. They love to win, hate to lose. And I understand that they're very kind, gentle people as well. So I think that's probably why I've struck up a rapport with them over the years. So I don't expect these guys to be any different because, and they love their cricket as well. I love my cricket. So I think, it's a good assignment for me because I have a really good understanding of the culture. I have a good understanding of the way that the Pakistani people think. So I'm just excited.
I suppose $1 million question, and the final question is, can Pakistan be competitive in this series and maybe even win a test match after so long?
It's $1 million question. So will you give me $1 million if we win the series?
I'll start a collection.
Look, it's a very, very hard ask. And I mean, I never say never. I've never ever write a Pakistani off. Like I played with Azam and Saka, and you never write those guys off. I saw them win games for Surrey that we had no right to win. So I would never write these guys off. It's a very hard assignment, and we're going to have to be perfect to win the series. Maybe more realistically, if we can win a test match and not lose a drawn series would be a win in my book. It's a very hard assignment, but we're gonna have a crack. We go out there. All you can do is go out there and try and win. And if you just go out there and try and win, then you just take your way. Australia are a good side. They're gonna make it hard. We've got to make it hard for them though.
Well, all the best to you, Adam, and the Pakistan squad out in Australia. As you say, it's a tough assignment, but you just never know with Pakistani cricketers. Anything is possible. So all the best. Wish you good luck for that assignment and all the best for the future. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.